rebuilt the engines, added a new generator. You know, for the price of Sultana, recognized her for what she is, then on this yacht, in this bay, on this beautiful day. But the story doesn't end there. Sultana, a name that yacht connoisseurs recognize immediately as one of the most desirable classic Feadship yachts on the planet. To say that this is like an E-type Jaguar would diminish its history and its pedigree. You see so many E-types about. This is a Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing, a Bugatti Atlantic, a Ferrari 250 GTO, one of only 2 examples in the world, kept in concourse condition and with a history as captivating as it is alluring. Sultana is a shining star in the galaxy of super yachts. And one of the reasons that this Feadship is very special indeed is that she started life with a very different but equally iconic yacht builder, Riva. Carlo Riva, to be precise. In the 1960s, Riva were already an internationally recognized and highly desirable boat builder, especially appreciated by the celebrities of the day. Their capacity, however, was limited to smaller craft. So, when Carlo Riva designed what was then considered to be an extraordinarily large yacht at nearly 85 feet in length, and his clients wanted to buy it, he went to the shipyard that was the best of the best to build it, Feadship. Carlo Riva commissioned 2 yachts to be built. One is now called Monara, a yacht that we also filmed 2 years ago, and the other was the magnificent Sultana. She hasn't always been this magnificent though, and sadly by 2007 she'd been neglected and slipped into a state of disrepair. When a Dutch gentleman spotted her in the south of France, recognized her for what she is and arranged for her to be purchased, thinking that the best way to restore her to her former glory would be to take her back to Feadship and have them do the work. Such was her condition that they had to put perspex covers over the windows and paint her with red primer before firing up the amazing Gardner engines, so that she made it from the south of France to the Netherlands under her own power. In the following 4 years, her engines were completely rebuilt and an engine monitoring system installed. A bulbous bow was added to improve performance and a new generator installed. Actually, with the exception of the engines, the engine room was entirely renewed. So proud was the owner of this engine room that a glass panel was fitted in the floor of the salon so that guests could admire it. The interiors, of course, were completely renewed with modern fittings and amenities, and a powerful battery bank added so that the yacht could sit for 12 hours at anchor without any need to run the generator. In 2012, she emerged as a completely new yacht, still with those gorgeous and timeless classic lines penned by Carlo Riva himself, but with new life, new vitality, a sleeping feline awoken with the heart transplant of a lion. But the story doesn't end there. She went on to become a highly successful charter yacht here in the south of France until eventually that owner did decide to sell her. Well, my colleague Ed.Dickinson, who you may well have seen in other videos that we've produced, found a buyer for the yacht who appreciated Sultana so much that he wanted to make sure that she lasts another 50 years. So he too rebuilt the engines, added a new generator, repainted the entire yacht, added modern amenities such as Starlink for the internet, and interestingly made some significant changes to the layout that I think you'll agree make her an even better yacht than she was before. And to illustrate those changes, we'll need to show you both the old layout and the new layout on screen. Starting with the aft deck, the canoe stern of Sultana is a beautiful sight to behold, and practical too, as a very stylish dining area under the shade of the sun deck. As I walked down the spacious side deck, I admired the condition of the teak deck and the beautifully varnished capping rails. If I'd been told that this was a new retro-style yacht, I would have believed it. On the foredeck, we find a modern crane and water toy storage. Currently a Novarania 400 DL tender and a Sea-Doo Spark Wave Runner sit here quite comfortably. A small doghouse is also located here, with access to the crew quarters, where there are 2 cabins and a bathroom. Returning down the side deck and into the salon, and here we really start to see how modern this classic yacht is. The walnut cabinetry, the soft furnishings, the glass panels showcasing those Gardner engines, and the television, a seamless blend of old and new that is an absolute delight to experience. Further forward though, and we start to see the changes to the layouts that were made. Originally, Sultana had an open galley to starboard and some central steps up to the bridge, where there was also a stairwell to the starboard for access to the owner's cabin. Honestly, this was a little awkward since the crew really had no privacy at all, with the owner having to go through the bridge every time they wanted to go to their cabin. So this was changed. Where the stairwell was previously located, the bulkhead was closed so that the captain had more space for useful equipment. On the other side of that bulkhead, the galley was removed and replaced with a short corridor leading to new steps down to the owner's cabin. The galley, on the other hand, was moved to the port side and is now bigger, with a sliding door allowing some owner-crew separation. Actually, on this yacht, the owner and the crew enjoy a wonderful relationship. The truth is, though, that we all need our privacy from time to time, and it makes for a much more practical workflow on board. The bridge, I have to say, is just about the best I have ever seen on a yacht of this size. Not only is it beautifully appointed with original fittings restored to showroom condition, but it is also spacious with room for 2 seating areas and offering excellent visibility all around. Descending the stairs to the owner's cabin, and this really is exquisitely designed and executed. I won't say too much here, but prefer to let you enjoy the images, not just of the cabin, but also the gorgeous bathroom with a shower and a tub that will make you dream of soaking in both the bubble bath and the scenery. A separate stairwell takes us to the guest cabins, and here too we find a significant change to the previous layout. Nestled in the stern of the vessel is a beautiful VIP cabin, with an ensuite head that is not just fresh and modern, but also a great use of the available space. Slightly forward and to starboard is a twin cabin with a bathroom positioned to the side of it. And this is where we see a big change, because previously that bathroom would have served 2 cabins. But now one of those cabins has been converted to a spacious and very practical laundry room. I'm told that if an owner wants to convert it back to a cabin, that can be quite easily done. Personally though, I'd leave it just the way it is. Moving up to the sun deck, and I quite literally cannot think of another place on earth I would rather be on a beautiful day like this than enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine on Sultana. Simple, elegant, stylish, and inviting. This is yachting at its very best. And that leaves us with the engine room. And don't be deceived into thinking that this is just some beautifully restored but outdated museum piece. There's a lot more to it than that.
The rebuilt Gardner engines on board are quite remarkable. They consume a meagre 33 litres of fuel an hour between them, allowing for a range of about 2,500 nautical miles and a speed of 10 knots. Heat from the engines is repurposed to power the warm water supply, and a full electronic engine monitoring system has been added. The engines themselves, though, are mechanically operated. They can be manually started with no electric or hydraulic power required. This is one reliable vessel.
You know, for the price of Sultana, you could buy an 85-foot pre-owned production yacht, a Sunseeker, an Azimuth, a Ferretti, a San Lorenzo, something like that, and you would probably enjoy owning it too. I don't think you'd feel proud to own it though, in the sense that I don't think in 20 years' time, when you've been through another 10 or more production yachts, you would still be talking about owning that specific vessel. That's not how it is with Sultana. I wasn't kidding when I said there's nowhere I would rather be today than on this yacht, in this bay, on this beautiful day. Sultana has this ability to make time stand still, to take you back to a moment when there was no email, no cell phones, when you used to have to write written letters and put them in an envelope in the post, when telephones were still attached to the wall. In short, Sultana makes you relax. And after all, isn't that what yacht ownership is all about?